The Lakers may just be the greatest franchise in NBA history, having 17 championships to their name, and many all-time greats who have worn the purple and gold. The amount of Hall of Famers and NBA legends that have played for the Lakers are endless. So today, I'm going to rank the top 10 greatest Los Angeles Lakers of all time. Number 10, George Mikan. George Mikan was the first big superstar in basketball. He played with the Lakers from 1947 to 1956 and coached the Lakers the year after his retirement. This was before the Lakers were even in Los Angeles. Back then, the jerseys were blue and they were the Minneapolis Lakers. In the 9 seasons that he played, he led the Lakers to 5 championships. George Mikan won championships more than he lost, which is very impressive. For perspective, Bill Russell wasn't drafted until Mikan's last season, which is why most people don't have that much respect for him. I can understand why, but after winning a MVP, 5 championships, 4 All-Star selections, and after leading the league in scoring and rebounding for multiple years, Mikan is one of the Laker GOATs. Number 9, Elgin Baylor. Elgin played 14 seasons with the Lakers. Being drafted in 1958, he was the first overall pick and the Rookie of the Year. In fact, in his rookie season, he led the Lakers to the NBA Finals and they lost to the Celtics in a 4-game sweep. The Lakers drafted Jerry West in 1960 and the duo led LA during the 60s. However, unfortunately for Elgin, he was never able to win an NBA championship. He retired in 1971, and 1 year after his retirement, in 1972, Jerry West and Wilt Chamberlain won the championship. The worst part being, Elgin Baylor made it to 7 NBA Finals and lost every single time to Bill Russell and the Boston Celtics. Regardless, Elgin Baylor still holds the record to this day for the most points scored in a finals game, with 61 points. And he was one Bill Russell away from being a 7-time champion. Number 8, James Worthy. James Worthy played his entire career with the Lakers, getting drafted in 1982 and playing until 1994. He was the small forward for the Showtime Lakers in the 1980s and won 3 championships in 1985, 1987, and 1998. He also won the Finals MVP in 1988, which is very impressive considering he was sharing the ball with Magic and Kareem. He doesn't always get the spotlight in conversations because he spent his entire career being the 3rd best player on the Lakers. Number 7, LeBron James. This is a controversial one, considering that it's LeBron James, and for some reason, every single time that LeBron is in an all-time discussion, somebody has a problem with it. But just what LeBron has done with the Lakers for the past 5 seasons, I believe he makes the list easily. Just in his time with LA, he's won a championship and a Finals MVP, 5 All-Star selections, led the league in assists, and he became the NBA's all-time leading scorer with the Lakers. Obviously, if this was considering his entire career, or just this talent alone, he would be way higher than he is. But as a Laker, I do not think that he ranks above some of the all-time Laker greats. Some people will still discredit the championship that he won in 2020 since it was inside of the bubble, which is a stupid argument. Every team had these same circumstances, and LeBron and the Lakers did what they could to win. Also considering LeBron joined the Lakers in his 16th season. Most players on this list haven't even played 16 seasons. Most players are ready to retire or at least start regressing a little bit by their 16th season, but LeBron, just as a Laker alone, has had a career most players will never come close to. Number 6, Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain played on 3 different teams in his career, the 76ers, the Warriors, and the Lakers, and even the Harlem Globetrotters. Wilt had an amazing career and dominated the NBA for many years throughout the 60s, spending his prime years with the 76ers and the Warriors. He was drafted in 1959 and did not begin his run with the Lakers until 1968. In the first 2 years of his run with the Lakers, he made the finals both years and lost both of them. Alongside Jerry West in 1972, they finally won a championship. This was Wilt's 2nd championship and 2nd Finals MVP. Wilt and the Lakers made it to the finals the next year as well, which they lost to the Knicks in 5 games. I have Wilt over LeBron as a Laker considering they played the same amount of time, and Wilt Chamberlain made it to 3 more finals than LeBron, and accomplished more in the same time. Wilt may have had slightly more help in his time with the Lakers, but even statistically, and as a player in their 5 years, Wilt ranks higher. Number 5, Jerry West. Jerry West also spent his entire career with the Lakers, being one of the best point guards in the NBA throughout the 60s. He had an all-time career with the Lakers, but it's rare for him to be in all-time discussions considering his abysmal 1-9 finals record. Yes, Jerry West made it to 10 NBA finals and only won 1 time. He would lose year after year to the Boston Celtics despite how good he would play. In fact, he played so great in the 1969 finals that they decided to give Jerry West the finals MVP even though he lost. This is still the only time that has ever happened in NBA history. He finally won a ring in 1972 alongside Wilt Chamberlain, and he retired 2 years later. Jerry West was amazing offensively, being a good shooter for his time and regarded as one of the most clutch players of his time as well. He was also great on the defensive side of the ball, making 5 All-NBA defensive teams, 4 of them being first team. He was such a respected player that the NBA decided to make his silhouette the NBA logo. Despite his terrible finals record, Jerry West had a great career and he's one of the Laker GOATs. Number 4, Shaquille O'Neal. The most dominant player in NBA history, Shaq spent most of his prime years as a Laker. Lakers Shaq was terrifying to every center he played against. If you ask any big man from the early 2000s who the most difficult player to guard was, I guarantee they won't think twice about their answer. He started his career with the Orlando Magic and joined the Lakers in 1996. In the 8 years that he played with the Lakers, he won 3 championships, 3 finals MVPs, and was 1 vote away from the first ever unanimous MVP. Very few teams ever win 3 championships in a row. In fact, since the Lakers won 3 straight in 2000, 2001, and 2002, no team has done it since. And Shaq won the finals MVP every single time. People still believe that if Kobe and Shaq stayed together, they would have won so many more championships. But unfortunately, they let their egos get in the way. They lost in the 2004 finals to the Detroit Pistons, when that could have easily been their 4th championship in a row. Regardless, Shaq still has a great resume as a Laker, considering it was very short-lived. Number 3, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. While Shaq may have been the most dominant center of all time, Kareem is easily the greatest center to ever play the game. He began his career with the Milwaukee Bucks, but he actually spent the majority of his career as a Laker. He won 5 championships and 8 finals alongside Magic Johnson and the Showtime Lakers, perfecting one of the most unstoppable moves in NBA history with his signature skyhook. The Showtime Lakers were unstoppable and one of the best teams to ever play. And although Magic Johnson led the team for many years, they would not have been nearly as successful without Kareem. His longevity, his accolades, and his talent as a player makes him an all-time great. After 5 championships, 2 finals MVPs, 3 regular season MVPs, and 10 All-Star selections in a row as a member of the Lakers, his resume is untouchable. Number 2, Magic Johnson. Possibly the greatest point guard of all time, Magic Johnson is responsible for saving the NBA from bankruptcy. When the league was almost bankrupt, Magic Johnson entered the league in the beginning of the 1980s and brought eyeballs back to the sport with his flashy playstyle. Magic spent his entire career with the Lakers, but his career was cut short when he was diagnosed with HIV and forced to retire. He won 5 championships in his career, along with 3 finals MVPs and 3 regular season MVPs. He was the first of his kind. Being a 6'9" point guard was unheard of at this time. Magic also proved he could play the big man role as well. When Kareem got injured in the 1980 finals, he started at center and had a historic performance, scoring 42 points with 15 rebounds. He was the face of the NBA throughout the 80s and stands as one of the greatest Lakers of all time. Now, without further ado, the greatest Laker of all time, at number 1, Kobe Bryant. Kobe played 20 seasons with the Lakers and was a part of the early 2000s three-peat led by Shaq. But after Shaq left the Lakers in 2004, Kobe went on to lead the Lakers until 2016 and won them 2 more championships. They won in 2009 and 2010 led by Kobe, giving him 5 total championships and 2 finals MVPs. Kobe accomplished so much in his career, scoring 81 points in 1 game, leading the league in scoring for multiple years, and 9 NBA All-Defensive first-team selections. On both sides of the ball, Kobe excelled and is one of the most well-rounded players of all time. His Mamba mentality and work ethic separated him from the rest of his competition, and he stands as the greatest Laker of all time. Who's your guys' pick for the greatest Laker of all time? Let me know your pick in the comments below. But that wraps up the list. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to check out my last video where I discuss the greatest trash talkers of all time. But with that being said, I'm out of here, and I'll see you on the next one.